Right, good afternoon everyone. My name is Aiden. I'm the project engineer for KTC. Okay, so today my topic covers the tunnel project. Why drill and blast? So before I begin, I would like you all to take a look at the title itself. What is the first thing that comes in mind? Why drill and blast? Anyone? What is the first thing that comes in mind? Okay, no one is okay. The answer will be blasting. So whenever you see a blast, right, it means that it involves explosives, correct? Yeah? Okay, so over here, my presentation today mainly involves three main topics. Now the first one is project introduction, mainly cover the project detail. Second is the work scope. Okay, basically it covers the drill and blast whole work cycle. And then lastly, site photos and videos, which will actually be the most interesting part. Okay, so now I'll begin with the first point. Project introduction. Now this project is actually a Woodlands project located at the Woodlands area. Now this project, the project sum is up to 31 million, right? It's actually quite a large amount. Right, as for the project location, as you can see over here, it's actually located at the Expressway Slip Road from SLE all the way to PKE. Now, whenever you want to enter Malaysia, Johor, right, through this expressway, you will be able to see our work site. Okay, it's just around the Slip Road. Okay, and then next is the balance work for this project. Now, the balance work, there's three of them. First is the Okay, first is the construction of 3 manholes, which is located at the island over here, manhole 5, 6, and 1. Second is rectification of as constructed sewer pipeline, which is in red over here. And then lastly is the blue color, which is completion of 3-meter sewer pipeline. Now the reason I use 2 different colors here is because, to give a little history about this project was previously tendered by another contractor named Eng Lee. And then this contractor, they completed almost 90% of the tunnel, but eventually they went bankrupt, right? They went bankrupt. So that the client repackaged this project and re-tendered again, and KTC got it. So eventually, we'll need to complete the balance blue line, which is around 100-meter length, okay? Now that I've covered the first point, I'll move on to my second point, which is the work cycle time. Okay. Now, what is actually a drill and blast? So, drill and blast involves several distinctive phases. From you can see over here, there's actually up to 8 phases. Okay. First of all is drilling. Now, drilling involves a machine going to the tunnel face to drill the holes, followed by loading, okay, where you charge the explosives into the tunnel hole. And then third is the most interesting part, blasting. Okay. Then next is ventilation. Remove the toxic gases, right? Followed by dislodge. Dislodge means you remove the blasted rocks from the tunnel, and then you use the machine to do scaling. So here is called the trimming and scaling, where you remove the loosened rocks. So imagine when you blast the tunnel, right? You need to remove all the loosened rocks. You don't want the rock to fall into your head, right? Okay. So after you do the trimming and scaling, there will be a 7th step. One of the most important steps is rock bolt installation. This rock bolt installation is to secure the tunnel to prevent the tunnel from collapsing. And then finally is survey. You'll get a licensed surveyor to do the tunnel survey, the tunnel profiling. Right, so basically this covers the whole work cycle time of a drill and blast. Now, question. You might be wondering, hey, since this is a whole blast cycle, how long does it take to complete the whole cycle? Now, to answer to that question, the answer will be 5 working days. Okay, over here I've categorized into 3 main categories. The first one in blue, you'll see that survey and drilling requires 2 working days, right? And then followed by 1 day, which is the loading, blasting, and ventilation. Okay, and then lastly is the purple, it's also 2 days. Okay, so over here, total 5 full days for a 2-meter tunnel advance. Okay, so imagine I have a 100-meter tunnel, like I mentioned just now. So if it's a 2 meter per cycle, how many days does it take to complete 100 meter? Anyone? How many days? Okay, 2 meter, 5 days. 100 meter?
250.
Alright, correct, Kunam. Alright, give him a clap. Alright, it's 250 working days, okay, excluding holiday. And this is assuming everything went smoothly as well. Okay. Next, I'll talk about a little about the blast hole layout. Over here is the tunnel phase, okay, and then there will be a pre-designed blast hole layout. Here there's 5 different holes, namely the blue one, cut hole, production hole, perimeter hole, lifter hole, and relief hole. So to keep it short, the cut hole synchronized with the relief hole, whereby they fall at the center of the tunnel. Okay, usually the blast will ignite from the center, okay, and then slowly move outwards to the tunnel, followed by the production hole, perimeter hole, and lifter hole. Okay, I do a short chart over here. Basically, it will summarize that the production hole consists of the highest amount of explosive. So what does it mean? This means that the production hole contributes the most rock removal for the whole blast. Okay, it contributes the most explosives among all these 5 holes. Yeah. Now that I've covered all the second points, I'll move on to my third point, which is the site photos and videos. Okay, over here on the top left, you will see this is a schematic workflow I've mentioned just now. Okay, since this is a short presentation, I only cover one of the points. Okay, this is the drilling. And then over here is the blast hole layout I've mentioned just now. Okay, there's cut hole, production hole, lifter hole, right? And then over here, the right hand side, is actually one of the site photo captured a few months ago. Okay, it's captured on 26th of June 2024. Right over here, you will see that on site, there's actually a marking similar to the pre-designed blast layout. Okay, so how we do it? This is our tunnel phase. You get a surveyor to mark the holes as per the design, and then you will use a specialized machine. We call it the PCR 200 Furukawa. Okay, you need a specialized machine and a specialized driller to do the drilling. Okay. Next, I will show you a short video to end my presentation. Okay, before I start, I would like to apologize that this video is actually muted. Okay, because due to some technical issue on site, the CCTV couldn't capture the sound. Okay. Right, I want you all to focus the center part over here. Yeah? This is where the blast will begin. I'll play your video now. It's just a short video. Okay, so from here you'll see that the explosive is gushing out from the tunnel. Yeah, the explosive energy. Okay. Alright, you might be wondering, wow, since this is a big explosive, does it affect the nearby resident? The answer is no. Luckily for us, this project is actually located at a quite isolated area. Okay, there's no nearby resident. Unlike our previous presenter, Johnny, say that there's noise and then there's vibration, which might cause a lot of issue. But for us, no issue. Okay. Right. In conclusion, drill and blast is actually quite commonly used in Singapore. Okay. Just now, the points I've covered mainly are the 3 points. First is project detail. Second is the work cycle, and lastly is the site photos and videos. So I hope you all will understand more about drill and blast. If you all got any question and you are interested about drill and blast, please do not hesitate to approach me. Okay, thank you.